vehicular track, which is quite different from the south side, where you have to walk. We can actually get out by vehicle from our base camp. However, the infrastructure to get us back to Kathmandu is non-existent. We believe the road has gone, has been destroyed in many, many places, so we physically can't get back down across the border back into Kathmandu as things stand.
So what's the plan then?
So that's a very good question, and it's a question we've been contemplating amongst many of the team members and other expedition teams here at base camp. At the moment, we're just trying to gather as much information as we can. In many ways, how we get out, whether we continue at the mountain is not important. It's really important to remember that we're working with our Sherpa team here. And, many of them know people who've lost friends and family, and it's so important to deal with their emotions and allow them to get in touch with their families and work out whether they need to go back to their homes to be with their families at this time. Whether or not we climb a mountain isn't such a big issue at the moment. We're not really giving that much consideration. We're giving all our support to our Sherpa team who need to understand and be in touch with their families.
Absolutely. Well, it's an extraordinary situation to be in, absolutely. And there is obviously a community there that you feel that spirit of, as a climber, so much compassion for the Sherpa support team and the loss that they're suffering. Chris, thanks so much and good luck with your onward journey. Let's talk to Alan Hinkes, who is also a mountaineer, who has also been involved in this sort of situation. And you have received this morning an email from a Nepal colleague, haven't you?
Yes, which was, thank goodness for that, yeah. I've got quite a lot of friends there. This is one of my friends. He's just sent a quick email to say that all his family and all the other people I know are okay, but he did mention about, the tragic loss of life and all the damage to the public and private buildings in the Kathmandu Valley and all over Nepal,
Yeah, it's devastated the region. You're a mountaineer yourself. You've been up Everest in the past. You've also been in an earthquake in Nepal. What Chris was describing there is about the moment of the earthquake and they could see the rocks tumbling towards them. Is that your experience as well, either in the avalanche or in the earthquake?
Yeah, well, I was in the earthquake in Kathmandu and the whole city was moving and vibrating and some buildings were collapsing. I was a bit naive. I didn't rush out of the hotel I was in. Luckily, it wasn't as strong an earthquake as the one that's just happened. Where Chris is, it's a good point Chris has made. I mean, all the local staff that are on the mountain now, which are mostly Sherpas, they're going to want to go back to Nepal, really, back to the homes, really. So I would have thought not many people are going to be climbing Everest now.
But it sounds like, from what Chris was saying, where they are, there is a route out, although the infrastructure to get out's pretty tricky. Yeah. But on the south side, where we saw the footage on the snow and ice side, which is more treacherous, there's a lot of mountaineers that are isolated there as well, and they can't be reached. Is that the case?
Right, yeah, on the north side, which is the Chinese Tibet side, you can actually drive to 5,200 metres on a track. So, and you're not really surrounded by big snowy peaks at that point. It's much drier on the Tibet side. On the Nepal side, yeah, you walk for 10 days to get to base camp, essentially, unless you can afford a helicopter. A lot of the helis are going to be used for other purposes now. Yeah, they have got to think about how they're going to get back out and down. And I think there are still people up at Camp 1, although, as I say, I heard a message on Facebook that some people have got down from Camp 1 now.
How high is Camp 1?
Camp 1 is 6,100 metres on the Nepal side. In fact, you can go up to an advanced base at about 6,400 metres, which is too high for helis, really. And base camp's about 5,400. So that route between base camp and Camp 1 was wiped out as well.
Yeah. Well, let's hope, they all get out safely.
Yeah.
Alan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And do you know a few people who are climbing on Everest at the moment?
There is quite a lot of people I know. Some friends of mine, I'm a fellow mountain guides that are out there working and guiding, so hopefully, they are all okay as far as I'm aware, but sadly there is, quite a lot of climbers and Nepalis that have been killed on Everest. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Alan. Thanks for
coming in to talk to us about that this morning. And good luck to Chris as well.
Yeah.